lost for words, trying to describe you. Elohim, Elion, Ale Shelevi. The greatness is all I see. There is nothing you cannot do. There's no.
James 4 verse 7 says, resist the devil and he will flee from you. What does it mean for the devil to flee from you? It means he will run away if you resist him when he's trying to make you sin. This is your favorite channel, Jesus Channel, and I'm still your host, Kenisha Oku today. Today we'll be talking about what I have titled, The Presence of the Devil. I know this is coming strange, but even as there is presence of God, there is also the presence of the devil. The presence of God is what we always talk about. How can you know when there is presence of God in the church? Well, you can know when the presence of God is awesome in a church by miracles happening, like there will be a lot of breakthroughs, prosperity, childbearing, marriages, housewarming. People will be living in peace, in harmony. No, there is presence of God. People will live in one accord. There is presence of God in that church. With all the signs and wonders following, the church members know there is awesome presence of God. Okay, now let's talk about the presence of the devil. How do you know there is presence of devil in a church? When there is strife, anger, unforgiveness, quarrels, malice, tale-bearing, bitterness, all these happening in a church shows there is presence of the devil. When you hear Christians say things like, I will not forgive this and that for what they did to me, no, there is presence of the devil. There is presence of the devil. But the Bible says in the book of Matthew 6 verse 12, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So if you want God's forgiveness, you also have to forgive all those that have wronged you. Or have you not wronged anyone before in your life? No wonder Jesus said to those people that pursued that woman, saying she's a prostitute, she was caught in the act. Jesus said, if you know you have no sin, he that has no sin should cast the first stone. I want to ask now, can you cast the first stone? Have you not ever wronged anyone in your life that you say you will not forgive? Also, do not forget that the purpose of Christianity is to make heaven. All this hustle and bustle we are all doing on this earth, they are all temporary. That's why King Solomon said, vanity upon vanity. They are all vanity. So why kill yourself over these things that might not make sense in a year's time? Ask yourself, this thing I'm fighting over, in a year's time, will it still make sense? Will I still be angry the way I am angry now? Like what one of my sisters would say. Say, if you keep clothes for a year and you do not wear them, after a year, that you don't need those clothes anymore. Well, the same thing. If you know that this thing you are quarreling with, this and this, is not something that will make sense after 1 year, why worry about it? Why are we fighting ourselves in the church? Why are we fighting ourselves in the church? Eh? Why? What's going on in the house of God? We've forgotten the main purpose of Christianity is to make heaven. So now let's give this scenario. For instance, the person you are fighting with something happens, your end comes, and maybe the person, suddenly the two of you meet on your way to judgment. Will you now ease and pass by the person and say you want to enter heaven? Excuse me, my brother, excuse me, my sister, which heaven do you want to enter? Is it the one that God resides in? I don't think so. Because in that heaven, there is no malice, there is no unforgiveness, there is no bitterness, there is no strife, there is no tale-bearing, there is no quarreling, there is no hatred. In that heaven is filled with love. If your child that you love so much does what that person did to you, will you not forgive your child? Answer that question. We all know the answer is definitely you forgive your child. If you can forgive your child, why not forgive the person that you put the thing in your mind and say the thing hurts you so much? If you die today, that thing that hurts you so much, will it still matter? I don't think so. I don't understand. What kind of Christianity are we all trying to practice on this earth? You've forgotten that Jesus Christ rounded up the whole commandments into two. Love God and love your neighbor as yourself. If you love your neighbor, you have already loved God. Which means if your neighbor wrongs you, you can forgive the neighbor. God already knows your neighbor will wrong you. You will wrong your neighbor. That is why he said we'll love ourselves. We should love ourselves. What are we fighting about, Christians? What are we beefing each other about? That you will see the so-called people you called your church Christians together with you, maybe even worship together in church. You cannot even ask them, how far? Why have we not been seeing you in church? And you call yourself a Christian, even a minister, or even a pastor? No. The Bible says, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. Not your friend, your own right hand. Someone will say, I will cut the person off. It is your own. Those little vices in our life, that's what the Bible is talking about. Little vices like bitterness, anger, strife, unforgiveness, malice, worry, all those small things that are the ones that will take a lot of Christians to hell. Those things that look as if they don't matter, they are the little things that tear the church apart. One little quarrel, one little strife, one little anger, one little pain, one little thing will cause two people to quarrel in a church. It will affect some other people, and church will be tearing apart gradually. We'll be telling ourselves that we want to sieve away bad friends. Are you a good friend? Even Jesus said there is none good. The good master said by himself that there is none good. Are you a human being good? You yourself, ask yourself, are you good? If everybody keeps complaining about something about you, if 100 people complains about you, and you say the 100 people are wrong and you are right, check yourself again. My brother, my sister, check yourself. Do not let those little things that looks as if that they don't matter take you to hell. Hell is real. Do not think because you are a minister or you are this or you speak in tongues or you are very, you feel you're a very powerful Christian that hell, you'll not go to hell. The life you are living now as a Christian, you are building it for eternity. Either the eternity can either be hell or heaven. So check yourself well. Where are you headed? Is it hell or heaven? Let's talk about this again. What that person did to you, is it as bad as what they did to John the Baptist? Is it as bad as what they did to Stephen? What about Paul? What about Peter? The disciples of Jesus? What about all those Christians in Nigeria, in other parts of Nigeria, that have been killed for Christianity? Have they done anything as bad as that to you that you cannot forgive? That you still have it in mind? That you want to cut the person off? You don't want to talk to the person? Have they done any of those to you? Or is what they did to you as bad as what they did to Christ? I thought we are tailoring after Christ. We are trying to be like Christ. Someone will say, am I Jesus? You are not Jesus, of course, but he is the Son of God who came to save us in this earth, who even in our sin was still begging God to forgive us. So the question now is, what all these people or one or two persons have done to you, is it as bad as what they have done to them? Think about it. Remember, don't forget that the Bible says, follow peace with all men. Follow peace with all men. Let people be able to see, indeed, this woman, this man is a child of God. I hope this word has come to you as a word that will help you change, not a word that you begin to beef. Well, I'm still your host, Kenisha Okotite, from your favorite channel, Jesus Channel. Till we meet again, God bless you. Tune in to our channel, like, share, subscribe. God bless you till we meet again. Bye-bye.